season. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. What a great start to the season for Nico Rosberg. He's on pole for today's race. He'll be delighted with how qualifying went yesterday, but knows there's a lot of hard work to come before he can secure that race win.
Well, Nico will be focused on the task at hand. He's on pole position, he's proven his chance of victory today, as long as he has no car issues along the way.
So what would you have been doing overnight if you were Lewis Hamilton to make up the time difference that he needs to make up based on yesterday's qualifying times?
He clearly has a pretty good balance in the car. He just needs to work out where he can squeeze an extra tenth or two to make up the difference.
Is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
And that's a win for Nico Rosberg at the Australian Grand Prix here in Melbourne. What a result for this German driver.
What a fantastic result for Nico. He'll be so happy to start the season on such a positive note.
There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who... And welcome to Malaysia as we head into the all-important qualifying session. The drivers are raring to go and we're just waiting for the lights to go green to signify the start of the qualifying hour. Last year we saw a wonderful race here in Malaysia and I'm expecting another fascinating weekend to come here in Kuala Lumpur.
Well, there are at least 3 or 4 other drivers that could be strong contenders for a front row start tomorrow, so it's difficult to predict who will come out on top, but it's certainly going to be an exciting qualifying session today.
It's been a mighty qualifying performance from Mercedes today, with both cars on the front row for the race tomorrow.
It's been a great session for the team. They've really been pushing hard to make this happen, and their hard work has been rewarded.
Good afternoon and welcome from Sepang, where the cars and drivers are getting ready to start the Malaysia Grand Prix. Driving one of those Mercedes to the top of the timesheets in qualifying was Germany's Nico Rosberg. He'll have made quite a few people sit up and take notice with that performance, not least his teammate Lewis Hamilton.
He'll want to stay out of trouble over the first few laps, but he'll be determined not to let any cars past him. If he can maintain that position once everything's settled down, he'll have a massive advantage and be able to control the race.
Nico won the last race with a performance that Toto Wolff called a drive of true class. He seems really at home in this Mercedes team, and it's from that platform that he's able to put in these great performances.
Nico certainly had the edge over Lewis last time out, and he'll want to put one over on his teammate again today. Don't underestimate the mind games that are going on between these pair as they battle it out for supremacy.
Let's go for the win today. race has been enabled. That's a race win and your second race win in a row. Fantastic job.
Nico Rosberg is proving himself to be a real star of Formula One with another impressive win here today. A cracking drive by the Mercedes man.
It was a fantastic performance and one that they should be very proud of. Every part of the team pulled together to achieve today's result.
After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Welcome to qualifying here at the Shanghai International Circuit in China. This 5.45-kilometre track is going to provide us with some thrilling twists and turns within the next hour. One of the big changes on this year's grid is Fernando Alonso, who's left Ferrari and is now back with McLaren.
Many people would never have thought Fernando would go back to McLaren after the volatile year he spent there in 2007. But back he is, and he'll be wanting to make the most of their renewed partnership with Honda.
What a session it's been for Mercedes today. They've locked the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
They've really worked hard this weekend, and it seems they've been able to set up the cars perfectly today. Whether this will translate into race pace tomorrow, well, we'll just have to wait and see.
With the clock ticking down, the drivers have a few minutes before the race event starts. Welcome to the Shanghai International Circuit for the Chinese Grand Prix. One man on a roll at the moment is Nico Rosberg. He could pretty much cruise to pole position yesterday, such was his performance advantage. Barring any mechanical problems, he's in a really strong position now for the race.
He has clean air in front of him, so we'll be hoping he can create a gap over the first few laps. If the cars in second and third can keep close until the first round of pit stops, then they may be able to take advantage on the undercut.
Hoping to repeat his winning performance from the last Grand Prix will be Nico Rosberg. The German stormed home to a great victory, and he'll be looking for more of the same today.
Before his move to Mercedes, Nico Rosberg was always a driver that had a lot of potential. He left Williams because he wanted to drive a car capable of winning Grand Prix, and now he's got that, he's proven he's one of the best drivers out there.
Chance of taking home the win today. Let's make this work for us. officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. That's 3 wins in a row. Unbelievable work.
Great win today for the Silver Arrows of Mercedes-Benz. They certainly had the best car today.
What a weekend it's been, and one that's been thoroughly enjoyable.
It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye. The cars are ready, the drivers are ready. We hope you're ready as qualifying is about to begin here in Bahrain. Before the cars take to the track to start qualifying, who are you expecting to have a good session today?
Well, I certainly think Sebastian will be strong here. He really loves this circuit, and as long as he has the car performance, you can expect him to be right up there challenging for pole.
It's been a mighty qualifying performance from Mercedes today, with both cars on the front row for the race tomorrow.
Well, both these drivers have been working hard with the team to ensure they get maximum performance out of the car, and it looks like they've found the right combination, at least in qualifying trim. Now,
it's nearly 6 o'clock in the evening here in Sakhir, and that means it's nearly time for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Pole position can only be secured by one driver, and the lucky gentleman goes by the name of Nico Rosberg this weekend. You wouldn't bet against the German driver pressing his Mercedes to victory today.
you can never be sure if qualifying pace will turn into race performance. It often depends on how focused the car setup was for a single lap on new tyres. But even if he's slightly slow in the nose around him, he'll be trying to make his car as wide as possible on track to defend his position.
It was a disappointing day for Fernando Alonso yesterday. He's starting further down the grid than he would have liked, but he'll still be hoping for a strong result today.
Well, Fernando is a great starter, and he'll be looking to make up a few places on that first lap to try and get himself back into a position that he's more familiar with.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care. DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. Awesome driving today. That's 4 race wins in a row.
Another great drive from Nico Rosberg sees the German bring his Mercedes home in first place to claim yet another win.
It's been a great day's racing, and it's fair to say that they deserved that win. Their strategy was spot on.
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race. Today's qualifying session is about to start here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, and what a cracker of a session we're expecting it to be. Spain is one of those tracks that can create unexpected results, so it's very difficult to know who might be strong here in today's qualifying.
If you can put together an efficient package with a good compromise between downforce and straight line speed, you can catch the other teams out here, just like Pastor Maldonado did back in 2012. Ferrari have a good track record at this circuit, but my money is on Mercedes to have a strong qualifying session here today.
What a session it's been for Mercedes today. They've locked the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
Well, it's going to be an interesting race towards the first corner tomorrow, because whoever leads into turn 2 will be in a very strong position to go on and win.
Welcome to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, here in Spain, for what is expected to be a very closely contested race. Nico Rosberg is going to be feeling particularly confident about winning today's race, as he'll be starting from pole position in arguably one of the better cars Mercedes has made in recent seasons.
His work isn't done yet. He still needs to take the advantage of being on pole and turn it into a race win. As long as he has no mechanical issues and can stay out of trouble in that first corner, he could make this the perfect weekend.
Last time out saw the best result of the season for Force India's Nico Hülkenberg. The German gave a very strong performance and got very useful points for the team.
It really was a good drive from Nico. He's had his ups and downs this season, but that was definitely one of the better moments.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy. Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled. Wins in a row. What a wonderful result. Well done.
Mercedes came out on top today, with Nico Rosberg bringing home the car in first place to add another 25 points to his championship total.
It really was a great performance, and one that I think will be remembered for a long time to come.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye and see you again next time. Here we are at one of the most difficult circuits on the racing calendar. Welcome to Monaco for today's Formula One qualifying. Monaco is a difficult circuit to drive on at the best of times, but with the poor weather conditions we could be in for, a fascinating few minutes lie ahead as the drivers try to put in a good lap time while ensuring that they don't hit the barriers.
Well, that's the challenge of a street circuit like Monaco. You're constantly so close to the barriers that one small mistake could easily result in damaging the car, which could spell disaster for your qualifying session.
Intermediate tyres are your best bet in the current conditions.
It's been a mighty qualifying performance from Mercedes today, with both cars on the front row for the race tomorrow.
They'll be very pleased with that result and will be confident going into the race that one of their drivers will be able to go on and claim the win.
Moss, Hill, Lauda, Prost, Senna, Schumacher. Just some of the names of those who've won the prestigious Monaco Grand Prix. But which one of our drivers today will join that list of Monte Carlo greats? After yesterday's qualifying session, it's Nico Rosberg who's put himself in the driving seat for the race, securing pole position with a thumping lap when it mattered.
It's certainly better for a driver to be out in front, as they're able to drive without having to contend with the dirty air and overheating caused by being sat behind another car.
When you come to a team as a four-time world champion, that comes with a large amount of expectation. So how do you think Sebastian Vettel has dealt with that pressure so far this season?
I think Seb knew he needed a new challenge, and that's why he engineered his way out of Red Bull and into Ferrari. We're seeing a different driver this season to last, and he really is back on form.
Okay, don't try anything silly into one. It's going to be crazy in there. Just do your best to stay out of trouble. Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
Top drive from Nico Rosberg today. The German finished on the top step of the podium with a comprehensive performance.
Yes, definitely. It was a brilliant race and one that you can tell the fans really enjoyed.
Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.